everyone, it's your girl Celeste with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about coping skills, why they're important, and why we should remember different coping skills to have in our back pocket just in case we need them. If you're new here, my name is Celeste, also known as Celestial Goddess. Please like, share, subscribe. I talk about all things manifestation, spirituality, mental health, law of attraction, and anything else that comes up. So let's get into it. To start our video off, I first have to explain what coping skills are. Sometimes I talk about things in my videos that are mental health related, mental health jargon, and I forget that not everybody knows these different mental health vocabulary words. So, coping skills, if you have never heard of the word before, basically they are tools or techniques that you can use to relax yourself and regain control when life is a little too heavy or things are too much. So, as a mental health professional, I have taught a lot of different people coping skills that they can use in their day to day life to help them regain that control. It's kind of like in the moment techniques and tools that you can use. Now, there are two different types of coping skills. There are healthy coping skills and unhealthy coping skills. So, healthy coping skills looks like journaling, talking to someone, meditation, going to the gym, things like that. Unhealthy coping skills might look like drinking a lot of alcohol, gambling, um, getting involved in any type of like addiction, that can be an unhealthy coping skill, avoiding your emotions, overworking yourself, or turning to substances to numb the pain. Some people who have never heard about coping skills have probably been using coping skills all their life, but they haven't realized it. And it may be in a healthy or unhealthy way. So if someone tells me, I don't know what coping skills are, I don't think I've ever used them, I ask them, well, have you ever been so angry or had so many emotions that you're like, I have to go to the gym? If you've done that and you've gone to the gym, that is a healthy coping skill that you've done. And for the opposite end of that, have you ever been so depressed that you start drinking and you're like, I just want to forget? That's an unhealthy coping skill. So, for the most part, people have been using coping skills all their life, whether they've known it or not. What's important and what I have taught a lot of clients and people is that it's not bad to feel your emotions and it's not bad to feel things. We're human, right? But what's important is to not let those emotions overtake us to the point where we like are put ourselves in a very dangerous situation. So we have to be able to regulate our emotions. And that's why we introduce healthy coping skills to people so that they can try and do that, because sometimes your therapist is not on speed dial or you can't call them up at any time of the day, right? So sometimes we need these healthy coping skills to bring us back down on our own. And the point of therapy and the point of learning these things in general is to ultimately be able to use these skills on your own and be able to handle life on your own, right? So, um, I feel like all mental health professionals talk about coping skills like till the end of day. So I know I've mentioned it a couple times on my video and I on my videos, and I've also taught some different coping skills. So that's why I wanted to create this video, just showing you guys the difference between healthy and unhealthy, and then why coping skills are so important. For me, I have definitely used coping skills, and I can give an example of when I am feeling very emotionally overwhelmed, I cry. And there have been times where I have cried, um, like very big things in my life, like losing a friend, where I have cried to the point where you can't drive, you can't do anything, you're like inconsolable, right? So, using coping skills such as like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique is really good in that time, because you may be so emotional that you need to bring yourself back down to reality, like the present moment. So I have another video that talks about the coping skill of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. And that's just 5 things you can see and things like that, and that will make you bring yourself back down to your body and help you to calm down. I've used that one personally, and I can say I used it one time when I was crying like inconsolable and I was alone and I was in my car and there was no one to pick me up. So I was like, I have to calm down. So these coping skills actually work. I've tried them for myself. And there's so many coping skills. It's an endless amount. But I'm going to be talking about 5 different coping skills today that are ones that you can use, and they're pretty easy to use. Although these may seem self explanatory, I'm just going to tell you them because sometimes we think something's self explanatory, but then when we actually break it down, they can be really helpful. So, number one is deep breathing. Deep breathing is amazing for calming yourself down. And what I've taught before is box breathing. So, breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, breathing out for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds. So, it's 4, 4, 4, 4. Box breathing helps you control your heart rate and have your breathing to calm down. So, deep breathing helps. There's so many different deep breathing techniques you can do. Box breathing is just the easiest to teach and remember. So, that's why I mentioned it. The grounding technique, which I just said, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, that's 5 things you can see. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And that brings your mind back to the present moment. Number 3, journaling. Writing down what you're feeling and just letting it all out on pen to paper is helpful and super amazing to actually process your emotions. And I know everyone talks about journaling, oh, journal this, journal that. But if you actually try it, it really does help. And it helps you not only get past the emotion, but it's so therapeutic as well. And you can even go back and reread what you wrote at a later time. Number 4, movement. So I talked about going to the gym. The gym, movement, going for a walk, anything like that, I feel like is one of the best coping skills ever. And I don't think that people realize it's a coping skill, but it really is. I know that if I haven't gone to the gym for more than 3 days, I'm already like more my like I am more impatient. Any type of movement will help with mental health. So, movement, dance, walk, stretch, whatever it is, yoga, it all is a coping skill, a healthy coping skill. And the last one is prayer or meditation. So I say prayer or meditation because some people don't meditate, but they pray. Prayer can be a form of meditation, but basically it's just getting silent, still with your thoughts, and allowing everything to just calm down and being in the present moment. Mindfulness is also something that is taught, which kind of is like meditation. But yeah, so those are 5 different coping skills that you can use. And there's many, many more. So I used to think that coping skills were something that I taught to people that were going through a rough time and that like I didn't need them because, I work in this field, like I know all the things, blah, blah, blah. When I started using coping skills, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use the coping skills that I teach all of my clients or all the clients that I've seen. It was a huge game changer because I felt like I could regulate myself. Like the power was with me. It wasn't with other people. It wasn't like I need to call up my friend right now. And if my friend does not answer, then I am going to lose it. No, like I thought, you know what? Like some people are busy. Like people have their lives. Therapists have their lives. Like not everyone can drop anything from like one day to the next and just come to help you or be there for you to vent. So when I realized that coping skills was something I could do on my own and regulate myself, it was a huge game changer for me, like I said. So these coping skills can be used so that you can regulate yourself. And there's many different coping skills. I'm gonna keep giving like teaching more coping skills as my videos go on. Let me know what's your favorite coping skill to use. And sending you guys so much love, peace, and light. Remember, you've got this and you're never alone. I will also be linking the hotlines down below if you ever need to talk to someone. as well as my socials and some videos over here and some to subscribe over here. And let me know what you guys want to see in my next videos. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys next time.